Today's video is sponsored by Rep Sports. More about them at the end of the video.
How many times have to record this? Hey everyone, welcome back to Music Mondays to talk about new music and other stuff. And not really a music review. It's more of the Grammys was Friday, I think that's when it was. But a lot of stuff happened at the Grammys. Specifically, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B were doing the pinky on the stage apparently. And so John Cooper came out with with a podcast, kind of not calling them out, but like describing this is where the world's going, guys. That totally that's okay to put on TV, but it wasn't okay 5 10 years ago. But now it's okay. It's how the world's changed, and some people got offended by it. So it's the Anthony Fantano of the Anthony Fantano channel and the Needle Drop channel, apparently the busiest music reviewer on the internet, and some things were said. I know. I tried recording this once, didn't quite work, so we're gonna try it again. Hopefully it works, and if it doesn't work for like the fourth time, I'm not gonna put it out.
Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing good, thank you.
And it's time to talk about one of the biggest morons in the music industry.
Okay, I was gonna say he wouldn't be the biggest idiot on the internet. There was the guy from Trapped saying that they were bigger than My Chemical Romance, which they're wrong. Name one Trapped song besides Headstrong. And let's see, how many My Chemical Romance songs can I name? Let's see, look at the Black Parade. That's the only one I've heard, but there's a lot more you can name than Trapped.
Via this awesome article over here from Consequence of Sound, link to that down below. Before I get into the details of what is said in this piece, I want to give a shout out, of course, to our sponsor.
I'm also going to say, every article is using this image, and it's just very uncomfortable. Like, I can't.
Sponsor, the good people over at The Ridge. They make these awesome, nifty, metal-plated, minimalist wallets that fit nicely in your front pocket. Hey,
I actually have one.
Listen, even if you don't have a WAP, that's okay. You can have a WOW, a wicked wallet, minimalist wallet. Link down below. Ridge is currently celebrating their 8th anniversary since having a successful Kickstarter campaign that launched the whole company, and they've got 15% off like the entire store and everything. So, yeah, just check it out. So, John Cooper, frontman of the legendary Christian alternative metal band Skillet, a band I've covered on the main channel before. He is piping up. He's got something to say about Cardi B, about WAP, specifically the performance of that track at this past Grammys. He has condemned the erotic nature of the performance that saw Megan and Cardi grinding on each other and simulating sex on a giant prop bed. He then compared the public's woke reaction as an example of confusing good with evil, citing a biblical verse from the book of Isaiah, "Woe to those who call evil good and good evil." So Cooper said,
yeah, especially now, 5 10 years ago, this would have been allowed on TV. Now it's totally okay. Now it's totally okay for, it's getting there, that openly gay marriage and relationships can be on TV, that all this stuff can happen, as well as inclusivity of all these other groups. All this is going on, and it's basically gone to this, what John Cooper's been warning about.
This on his Cooper Stuff video podcast. Wow, what a creative title.
Okay, I want to let you know how hard it is to try to go to podcasting. My podcast, the Nation Experience Podcast Scene, on Anchor and on any other podcast networks, was the best thing to come up with. If you start a podcast, you could have called it the Needle Drops podcasts have been pretty neat. So I feel like the Cooper Stuff podcast.
Who would think that a mind so creative as to front the band Skillet would just go all out with a video podcast titled Cooper Stuff? He goes on to add, we're living in a world right now where there are certain Dr. Seuss books that you cannot sell on eBay. They are just too...
Yeah, that whole thing was kind of dumb. It all started out with there was some representation of certain cultures that wasn't best, and that I get. Pulling them, okay, you could put a warning like what Disney's been doing, been totally fine.
Much for anybody to even be allowed to buy. They're being yanked down from all the bookstores and stuff like that. It's just too much. It's too evil. But you can and must applaud the sexual degradation of Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion simulating sex together on the Grammys. This is the perfect example.
Yeah, like, that's totally fine now. Like, now it's on TV where now people can just, do a little something on the stage. And it's dumb.
You must celebrate it. In fact, if you don't celebrate it, then you are a really bad person and you kind of don't love people. You're actually not nice. This man is absolutely out of touch with reality, which is why I am so quick to point out idiots who make such a big deal of... Look, and I know I like WAP, and I know I named it as my second favorite track of last year, but it's such a stupid song to make this much of a big deal about.
Then why are you making a big deal about what one man said? If you don't think it's a big deal, then why are you making the video?
But John Cooper is talking about it as if we're all lining up to witness and bow down to this unholy sexual ritualistic ceremony of some sort. I couldn't give a whether or not you enjoy this track. I frankly don't care. And given your band and given your musical background, if you would just ask me offhandedly about whether or not I think John enjoys this track, if I was just asked that question in a vacuum, I would most likely just say no. No, he probably doesn't enjoy this track. This song is probably not...
It has nothing to do that if he enjoys it or not. I don't know. I'm not John. I don't think he does, but it's I'm not talking to him. I'm not doing an interview with him. But it's more of the context of what was happening at the Grammys and how they were acting on stage, and that was totally okay. Everyone was like, this is totally fine. That's more what John's getting at.
His style, given his Christian conservative convictions, probably doesn't get down with the message and all that, but I wouldn't say that reflects on you personally as a person, your goodness or your badness as an individual. You just don't like the track, you don't like its content, you don't like what it's about, and look, that's okay. That's okay.
So
when we have an issue, when you look like an idiot to everyone, it's when you say what you're about to say here. Why would anybody call evil good and good evil? It's simple, because they just redefine the terms, Cooper said. The question is...
Yeah, everyone's redefining terms. Things used to be black and white. Good is good, bad is bad. Stealing from a bank is bad. Giving to the poor is good. But now you have it where it's, like I said, it's okay to have open gay marriages. It's okay to show this stuff on TV, for kids to see that. It's okay for this stuff to happen on TV where anyone could watch. Parents could have been watching with their kids, and kids now saw this. And it's getting worse and worse. YouTube's now crap full of Trojan condom commercials, like all this stuff. Just shows where the world is and where it's going, and it's kind of John giving this warning to what's going to happen.
And who is going to define what is evil? Every dictator in history says that what they were doing was good. That's what they believe, and that's what's happening right now on the Grammys. There are so many...
Yeah, so if you didn't see the top of the article, it's basically... The article had made it seem like John's going to be Hitler. Not what was happening, but it's every dictator was like, I'm right. What I'm doing is right. Hitler had issues with the Jews. He wanted to get rid of them. He made it seem like it was good that basically the Nazis were the Aryan race was the superior race, that they are right and the Jews were wrong. That's basically what John was getting at, but people took that out of proportion. You know.
Things that are disturbing about this statement. You could talk about it all day. Let's really get to the heart of what John is saying here, what John wants in this situation. His issue with this track, why it seems evil, is you have two women who are brazenly flaunting and enjoying their sexuality in the same way that men have for decades in popular music. This commodification of human sexuality for commercial gain in popular music is going to continue happening in hip-hop songs for male artists. And look, that's like what a lot of the genre that John is operating in is built on. Being a modern metal artist, you can't tell me that, at least to a degree, that artists like Led Zeppelin, Let Me Give You My Love, Alice Cooper, frickin' Kiss, any number of bands that came before him, metal and hard rock bands that were very much singing about sex, very much selling sex to their audience. And John may tell you, he may try to you into thinking like, oh, well, I use these sounds to push a Christian narrative, and you...
Yeah, so Anthony's not wrong here. That a lot of rock and metal had songs like Kiss with Made for Loving You, AC/DC's had a couple songs. I don't know about Led Zeppelin. I haven't listened to a lot of Led Zeppelin, but yeah, he's not wrong, but it still doesn't make it right. But John's not saying that here. I'm pretty sure he said things about the rock industry and the metal industry. And if he has, I'll put a link to that. You can go check that out. But I think that's totally wrong here, but that's not what John's trying to get at. And he just tried pushing his music with that genre with a Christian narrative. So...
You do, but that's not where it came from. Now, as far as the greater meta conversation around WAP goes, to the extent that it's good, many people think that it's a good track and a good music video in that you have a couple of women here who are owning and celebrating their own sexuality in a very popular piece of mainstream media, which is a sea change that I and many other people, it's our opinion that, yeah, that's a good thing. But outside of that, nobody's really convinced of the idea or forcing the idea upon anyone else that WAP or Cardi and Megan twerking in a music video is like an act of goodness. What is really John's goal here? What is his want? To turn the clock back and bring prudishness back out and all women have to be sashed? I think that we're starting to shed...
abstaining from extramarital or from all sexual intercourse. Not what John is saying, it's more of that you can openly do that on TV and people are saying it's okay. If you are married and you're going to do that, if you want to do that in your own home, not around others, fine. Don't do it out in public. I get uncomfortable when people start, making out in public. It's weird. People want to see it now, it's totally fine. The fact that people can do that in public and not be totally embarrassed by it, but...
That, and societally, for the freedom of women's sexuality and agency, it's for the better. And listen, to reiterate, as a fan of the track, it's okay. You don't have to like the song. Nobody has to like the song. Maybe you don't like Cardi's voice. Maybe you think the instrumental's bad. Maybe it's not your kind of music. Maybe, hey, just as a general point, a general rule, you don't like sexuality thrown in your face in the music that you listen to. All of that's fine. There's nothing wrong with any of that. You have your own opinions and preferences and ideas, and that's great. I'm proud of you. I love that about you. I love that about you so much. When it gets stupid is when it moves beyond merely just disliking the song and you're categorizing the song as evil or as like the fourth horseman of the apocalypse or the sign of the downfall of the American empire or the degradation of society or, oh my God, the sky is falling. Ah! That's when it gets crazy. That's when you've gone down to crazy town.
The fact that you have a problem with what John is saying kind of shows what John was saying, that it's totally socially okay. The fact that you admitted yourself that you like the track and what it stands for, that it's bolstering women. It's not. It's degrading women, actually. It's more of, showing women can be a sexual symbol, not a gift, and not one that's to help men. But kind of shows what John was saying. I digress.
John Cooper, just go back to making metal music. That's really all I have to say. Go back to doing that. Maybe refrain from doing so much Cooper stuff. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about all of this and just the undying obsession with this track that some people have.
Yeah, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on it. Some things are said. Here's some good points about, rock has a lot of the same stuff. But John's I'm pretty sure has talked about that stuff. But a lot of what was in this video kind of proves what John was saying. But yeah. Not much else to say. This just proves what John was saying. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments. What you guys thought. It's interesting. Where we are today. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video about that or a podcast episode about that, but I hope you guys check out that article. Watch the video for yourself. Easy to find. We'll see how this goes. It's gonna get worse. 5 to 10 years could be totally bonkers. But I don't know. But what I do know is, let's try to get this video to 50 likes. Go and check out my website at thisnathanpodcastnetwork.com. Go check all my socials. All the links are down in the description, and I will see you all later. Hey everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but I want to talk about today's sponsor, and that is Rep Sports. Rep Sports is up and coming workout supplemental company, and one of their main products that they've made was Raise Energy. I'm currently drinking the sour gummy worm on the go. I actually really like it. It's actually a pretty great product, especially if you can't get the cans. You just have one of those packets, you slide it in your bag. It's actually really neat. There's a bunch of other products they have there. They have the Broken Arrow. It's a pre-workout supplement. You just dump that in your water bottle, drink that, and like if you're doing your stretches, and then you go on your run or your weights and everything. Just do that. It's actually pretty neat. I actually really like it. But actually, one of my newer favorite flavors I actually really like is the Voodoo. It's a very citrusy flavor. I actually really like it. I like having it in the morning when I go on my runs in the morning. It's really neat, and it's actually a pretty great product. If you guys aren't really sure about this product, I made a whole video about it on my Instagram. You can check it out at This Nate the Great. I'm kind of talking about the sample 4-pack, which you get yourself. The link will be down in the description. Get it yourself, try it out, and if you really like it, you can get more. There's so much other stuff. They have some other actual, for your main workout stuff, they're doing stuff on that right now. You can go get that. It's called the Raise Focus. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm actually kind of excited when I do get to try it. They also have the new Ray's flavor, which is the synth beach. It's kind of their summer flavor. I haven't tried it yet. I'm kind of excited when I do get to try it. Actually, you can get a coupon right now, and the code is "This is Nate the Great." You can go and check that out, and I hope you guys check it out because I really like the product, and I wouldn't promote a product that I wouldn't be willing to try and enjoy. So I hope you guys really enjoy it. Go and get it right now. You can go get the free 4-pack. You only gotta pay for shipping. It's like $9.48. That is not that much. You can get your 4-packs and a couple of the to-go packets, and it's really great. I hope you guys can go check it out.
Yeah. Hey. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, ooh, holla and see how I live in my crew.